You're tuned in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, and I'm coming at you with another live stream. Make sure y'all like the video on your way in. I will appreciate that. We're going to have a serious conversation because, if I'm not mistaken, about a year or so ago, more so 2 to 3 years ago, I talked about how New York will be on a serious lockdown. And they're already starting with the teenagers in McDonald's in Brooklyn, also Target in downtown Brooklyn. If you are under 20, notice what I said. If you under 20, you must be with an adult. You think they're going to stop there? You think they're going to stop there? You have no clue what they're up to. If they're going to push it up to 30. They're going to push it up to 30. You must be with an adult. They starting off with 20 in McDonald's. They starting off with 20 in Target. Soon they're going to push it up to 30 in New York City. It's gotten so bad up there that they're starting off with the teenagers. Then they're going to work with the young adults. And if you don't have money, you're not allowed to go in the department store. I'm going to explain it to y'all. I see this trend. I see it. The Most High to say, speak on it. Let the people in New York know what time it is. You see, New York is losing so much money right now. And y'all thought I was kidding when I'm saying that the northern states is done. The northern states are done. Because there's too many entities, too many deities. People got so much going on in their plate that they don't have time to watch what their children is doing up there in New York. They don't have the time. Because when you have people in charge that don't want to see you win, this is the key. Excuse me, I'm burping. When you don't see people, when you see people that's in charge don't want to see you win, it's time to exodus. You can't force people to leave. You can't do that. It's up to the people. My hands are clean at the end of the day. If you have the funds, get out. If you have the funds, get out. Stop believing that, oh, the South is slow. Stop believing that you can't make it. I'm an example. Yes, I don't have no children. I'm not saying to leave tomorrow. What I'm saying is if you have the funds, get out while you can. Get out of that place. That place is not for righteous people no more. It's not. A lot of you ladies, from what I'm hearing through the grapevine, it's getting very desperate up there. Very, very desperate times. Call for desperate measures. Something y'all normally won't do, y'all doing up there. Just to survive. And I'm not talking about giving your body. No. I'm not talking about giving your body. No. Not talking about that. Because New York have the least amount of time of you having sex. If you ain't making serious money in New York, you ain't having no sex with your partner. If you got a round of men, or some of you guys got a round of ladies in New York, you don't have time to get it in. Don't lie. Don't come in the chat talking about in the comment section, oh, I'll be doing my thing with my lady, or I'll be doing my thing with my man. I was in New York. I know what I'm talking about. You ain't got time to get the hanky-panky on. It's too much stress, too much drama. Both parties are not getting it in. You don't even got time to see your kids the way you want to see your children. You ain't got time to see your lady. Them taxes is going up. Okay? Let's not play this game. Okay? Here come the trolls. Here come the trolls. Here come the trolls. Here come the trolls coming out the clouds. I've been waiting for you trolls to come in. I've been waiting for you entity trolls to come in so I could cook y'all. So if it's the best place, why you don't fix it? Why you don't fix it? Why you don't fix it, troll? Troll, you're in my building. Why you don't fix it if it's the best place in the world? Why don't you get them people some help, troll? Black devil? Using another man's face. You got these black devils coming here. You think you slick? Look at this devil. Look at this devil. He think he gonna get my attention. You can't even defend your own lady and your own kids in some New York. And you talking about it's the best place? When you got a bunch of different orangutans running around acting a fool? Ain't nothing for the children to do in New York. They close everything down. They close a lot of stuff down. When I was coming up in New York, you will always have something to do. The kids ain't got nothing to do. Because it's not safe outside, as Hassan Campbell say. It's not safe to be out there in New York right now. It's worse than going to some island in another country. It's gotten bad that the garbage have more friends than you have friends. You have friends in New York. The garbage has more friends than you have friends in New York. If you're not making serious money in New York, you ain't thinking about getting it on. You ain't thinking about getting with someone. Let's get down to the real deal. Ain't no love in New York right now. It's very hard to find companionship in New York right now. Compassion in New York, because they got everybody fighting what's little left of the currency up there in New York. This is what happens when you have Ibarracis in charge. This is what happens when you have these occults in your city. These pro-blacks, never been to Africa. These Hebrew Israelites. Nobody's helping in that city. Because when people try to help in that city, they get unalive. Unalive, unalive, unalive. Any man or any woman try to help out people in certain parameters, they get unalive. And it's gotten to the point people are so consumed with unalive that they don't even shed tear no more. Telling you, it's gonna, watch this. Watch this. Even the news is looking in poverty. Even the news people in poverty. Oh yeah. Even the news people in poverty. Look at this.
SCC.
Let me get down to it. Look at this. Get this fair use thing going. Hold on, let me mute this. No. There we go.
A rash of robberies and violence at the store in recent months, with officials now hoping the new rules will help keep shoppers safe.
Fox 6's Lisa Evers is live in Flatbush, Brooklyn, with reaction to this new rule. Hi, Lisa.
Downtown Brooklyn. Downtown Brooklyn. Let's go.
Hi, Natasha and Steve. A lot of reaction to this for sure. Now, we are standing right in front of this Target here on Flatbush Avenue. It is actually just down the street from the McDonald's that made news last month when they started banning anyone from their restaurant under the age of 20 unless they were accompanied by an older adult. Now, Target is letting it be known that if you are under the age of 18, you are banned from the store unless you are there with an adult. And all of this is due to the tremendous disruption due to shoppers. Now, this Target, like many.
You see that? You see that? They're going to raise up the age soon. I guarantee you they're going to raise up the age to 30. They're going to raise up the age to 30 by the summertime. You heard it here first. If any other content creator come up with this narrative, you got it here first. They're going to raise up the age to 30. I see where this is going. Watch.
Many of their locations is a popular spot for residents, but when school lets out, shoppers tell us it becomes a wild and uncomfortable scene with screaming, shouting match.
There it is. This is your New York. If you're in New York, could you imagine you got to babysit teenagers to go to the store? They could get locked up. Then you got to bail your child out, huh? You got to bail your child out. You at work. If I was you ladies, I'd start having that relationship with the baby father now. I would start having a relationship with the baby father. Make some opportunities, because you're going to need that help, women. You ladies going to be stressed out. Your hair going to be gone soon in that paparazzi NYC. You know why? Because now the Most High is shaking up everything. Like Brainwave said. Oh, yeah. Brainwave said it's going to be some shaking up, making up. And now you're going to have to reap what you sow. Your tears are not going to be heard if you do not repent. It's up to you ladies to say, you know what? The city is messing with us. They're making us look bad out here. I better have a strong relationship with the baby father. I better have a relationship with the baby father. I better start being in my kid's life more. Because now they look at your teenagers as all devils. Oh yeah. You've been warned by me. You mocked me. You mocked the Most High. And I told you that all the northern states has done. All of them. All of the northern states has done. And you mocked the Most High. You mocked me. You mocked down south. Y'all say it's slow. Y'all say there's no money here. Y'all said that this place I'm at is crazy. You done lost your mind. I don't want to deal with that hurricane. I'd rather deal with the hurricane than what's going on up there. I tell you that. You tell me which one I'd rather deal with. Deal with the hurricane before I deal with that stuff going on up there. Let's go.
And even physical fights. Signs are now posted in the windows of the Target on Flatbush Avenue at Avenue H that say all guests under the age of 18 must be accompanied by an adult. We spoke with shoppers who had mixed reactions, but mostly positive reactions. Here's what they told us.
If the kids are running around acting crazy, then they shouldn't be in there, because there's plenty of times when I'm here during the daytime and after school hours and they're just running around crazy.
I don't think it's
She tired of it. Let's see what he gonna say.
necessarily like making it safer.
I don't know. Some of the young kids can be trouble. They make trouble over here. They make trouble over there. The school kids, it's their store. I can't tell them what to do.
Now, some of the residents told us that they believe that this new policy will also help reduce the shoplifting problem, which they say has been a rampant and persistent issue here. Now,
The shoplifting's been going on for all this time, and it's continuing to go up. Now that the weather's starting to get warm in New York, they acting a fool. Let's go.
we reached out to Target's parent company and the corporate PR, but did not get a response. We're live in East Flatbush. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Stephen.
Next one.
Here's
Now we get to McDonald's. McDonald's. Look.
To hang out after school, but now one McDonald's in Brooklyn is barring anyone. Place many teens like to hang out after school, but now one McDonald's in Brooklyn is barring anyone under the age of 20 from entering their restaurant without an accompanying adult.
A sign went up on the door announcing the policy change last week, and as Fox Eye's Arthur Sheehan explains, it comes after several incidents.
Flatbush, downtown Brooklyn. I used to get orders over there on Atlantic Avenue. I used to get DoorDash orders over there during the shutdown for almost 2 years, going over there downtown. That's near the Barclays Center, the Brooklyn Nets. Let's go.
Incidents at that location.
Most retailers look for ways to increase foot traffic, but the McDonald's at 2154 Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn is doing.
Oh, that's Nostrand Avenue. Ooh, this is another one. There's one on downtown. We'll get to that in a second. Let's go.
The opposite, as the sign on the door shows, anyone under 20 needs an ID or a parent to get in.
Let me rewind that back.
Parent to get in.
No one under the age of 20 is allowed in this restaurant without parent and proper identification. Woo! This is going to be crazy.
This sucks. While some dislike the new door policy being enforced by a trio of security guards and backed up by NYPD officers outside, the reasoning is plain. McDonald's locations are all too often the scene of violent crimes, and both the victims and perpetrators can often be young. Those who patronize this location themselves have seen issues. What have you seen happening?
They jumped the security guard, the Grubhub guy, fights, jumps.
They jumped the security guard. They jumped the people in the working environment of McDonald's. Let's go.
They be like blocking the doorway, blocking the ATM machine.
Some point out the children need a place to congregate and after-school options. And locals tell Fox 5 a new recreation center should be opening soon. But NYPD stats show without it, there have already been nearly 30 911 calls to this location in this young year, which is set to exceed the past 3 years, during which more than...
Look at the stress. Look at the stress in that place. Look at it. Look at the stress. Look at the stress the people are in. They have these people looking like zombies right now. Looking like zombies over there. Looking like zombies. Yeah, it's going to lockdown. We're going to get to that because Donald Trump said something about... Donald Trump said something that's going to need it to lockdown. All right, let's continue.
100 911 calls were made for this location every year. And with that, the new door policy has its fans.
I would suggest they keep up with the IDing people. Honestly, I feel like that's the best, and it's just like what you have to do. Do what you have to do, honestly.
While this McDonald's is making waves because it's the first one we know of in the city that's doing this, some people out here say they would support other retailers if they decide to do the same.
I would be supported because they're a bother. They don't know how to behave.
A feeling that may make...
Yeah, they don't know how to behave. You're right. They don't know how to behave.
The door policy at this McDonald's, food for thought for other retailers in the city. In Flatbush, Brooklyn, Arthur Chien, Fox 5 News.
Want to know this?
All right, let's get to the Donald Trump situation. Donald Trump got something to say to the Board of Education. Let's get to that. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me get to it. Donald Trump. Board of Education. Watch this. Y'all think it's a joke up there in the northern states. Donald Trump on New York Board of Education. Then we're going to get to that Bozo Mayor Adams. All right? Where is it at? Let me put New York. I'll put New York City Board of Education. What's going on? Okay, let me go to CBS New York. Let me do that. It might come up. Ooh-wee. Okay, we're going to CBS News. Okay. All right, I got it ready. Give me 1 second, y'all. There we go. My thing acting up. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? All right, let's get to it.
The undoing of the Department of Education begins today. President Trump is expected to sign an executive order to that effect later this afternoon. Now, the White House said in a statement the order will empower parents, states, and communities to take control and improve outcomes for all students.
Ooh, you know the states is in trouble. Ooh, you know the states is in trouble. Ooh, you know the states are in trouble. My oh my oh my, it's gonna get stricter and it's gonna get warm too. Woo!
But the exact details, they're still unclear, including who will handle things like student loans. And as we previously reported, the full closure of the department would require congressional approval. CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand is tracking this for us from Capitol Hill this morning. Natalie, good morning to you. What has the White House revealed so far about this order President Trump will sign today?
Yeah, good morning, Errol. This is being described as the beginning of the dismantling of the Department of Education. This was a
Department of Education is known in the northern states. It's not known in the southern state. There's no such thing as Board of Education in the South. That's that northern Ibarasi stuff. All right? Let's go.
campaign promise by President Trump and also a longtime goal of many conservatives. But as you rightly pointed out, Errol, eliminating the department would require congressional approval. Now, this executive order expected to be signed later today follows earlier efforts by the Department of
That means a lot of these officers will be fired because they work for the Department of Education. So a lot of these officers, these securities, that means the police department will be more thinner in the Board of Education because there's going to be a lot of massive layoffs. Let me say this. It's going to be a lot of massive layoffs in the northern states. And the Most High is allowing it to happen. Yes, he's allowing it to happen. He's in control of all of this. This is all the Most High is doing. So if you got an issue, what's going on in your city, in your town, your state, take it up with the Most High, as Ringo would say. Because see, majority of the righteous people are not in the northern states. They're in the south. That's right. It's only few far between that's left in the northern states. And once they get their stuff together, you're going to see hell like you've never seen it if you're still in the northern states. If you're not moving right. If you're not moving right. Let's continue.
Education and Secretary McMahon to slash the workforce by around 50%. So they're all
50%! Ooh! 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 Ooh, man. I wonder I know the majority of it is women. So out of that 50%, majority of it is women. You got a lot of women having a hissy fit with Trump right now. From the DEI, from the government, now to the state and these schools. Because majority of it is women. Ladies in the northern states, I got a question for you. Are you going to make arrangements with your baby father? Are you going to learn how to deal with a man in the northern states? Because the ladies in the south, they good for the most part. I'm talking to you ladies in the northern states. That's Ibarasi. If you ain't Ibarasi, this message ain't for you. Just ignore the demon. Let the demon tell on himself or herself. Let the demon tell on themselves. Ignore the demon, y'all. Let's go.
already dealing with, reduced staffing and funding for school districts with.
Hold on, y'all. I kind of lost reconnection. Let me rewind that back a little bit. Okay, listen.
And Title I funding for school districts with large populations of low-income families will not be touched by the executive order. And also note, Errol, that federal funding makes up around 10 to 14% of overall K through 12 education dollars. So, you know, most of the money comes from state and local jurisdictions, but the federal funding does support programs for some of the most vulnerable.
So the federal money was not being spent correctly. You know, Elon Musk been on they behind. So Elon Musk did some research, and a lot of these northern states have used the money for lavish lifestyles. And matter of fact, don't be surprised if a lot of these people get arrested. If they don't pay those taxes back, they get arrested. Hold me to it if it doesn't happen. However, by the Most High perspective, I do believe it's going to happen. A lot of these people going to get arrested if they don't pay back what they didn't spend on. You don't have to like Elon Musk. The thing is, the Most High is using him to correct all the corruption that's been going on with the money. That's why these people are upset with him. Let's go.
Student population. So teachers groups and unions are worried about the potential impacts to those students, especially. The American Federation of Teachers put out a new statement overnight saying, quote, "See you in court."
Yeah, this will impact.
Of course they're going to go to court. Where they going to get the money from? You taxpayers. When they go to court, all you hardworking people going to pay for their taxes. Why they go to court? They're not going to take that out of their pocket. It's coming out you hard workers in the 9 to 5 that's paying their taxes. Now they're going to go to court. They're not paying for the fee. You're paying for the fee. So that's more money taken out of your pocket if you live in the northern states. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the people that's robbing you.
So many people across the U.S. I want to turn now to President Trump's phone call with his Ukrainian counterpart, Volodymyr Zelensky, yesterday. This was after Trump spoke with Russian President Putin. What specifics did Trump and Zelensky discuss?
Here we go with this Trump and Zelensky nonsense. Here we go.
Yeah, the president described this as a good phone call. It lasted about an hour, according to the White House. As you noted, it followed the Tuesday phone call with Russian President Putin. So President Trump saying that he wanted to get the two sides kind of aligned on goals in that.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Got to clean my thing up. Here we go.
Tuesday phone call, Russia said it would agree to this partial ceasefire pertaining to energy and infrastructure. But note, Errol, that in the hours after that call, there were strikes reported on civilian areas in Ukraine and damage to a hospital. Now, regarding the call.
All right, let's get to something else. They're talking about that. They're talking about the war. Let me see what this person saying. Keystone says real ID due here in Pennsylvania May 7th. If you don't have it, you're in trouble. Yeah. All right, no problem. Sister Ma said earlier, raised by ratchet parents. Exactly. How many of you seen that NYC going in lockdown this year? Put a 5 in the chat if you see NYC going in lockdown this year. Put a 5 in the chat. Now watch this. We're going to watch a content creator who's talking about they stealing cars. Watch this. Watch this. Look at this, y'all. They getting so bold in Manhattan. They getting so bold in Manhattan. You got this main YouTuber that I watch from time to time. Watch this. Listen to this. His name is Cash Jordan. He got 1.3 million subscribers.
So as car theft rages, the people stealing the cars remain free, plotting their next move. And what nobody running New York wants to admit is that if there's no jail time, our criminals won't think what they're doing is a crime. And to make matters worse, New York City's progressive district attorneys and judges see these professional thugs as victims of an unfair world who will eventually see the error of their ways as long as
they stealing G-Wagons. They getting so bold, right? They getting so bold that they stealing G-Wagons. They stealing $200,000, $300,000 cars and selling it for whatever on the market. This is crazy, y'all. Let's go.
we give them unlimited second chances. Instead of jail time, which critics say just gives our thieves enough practice stealing cars and robbing people that they get really good at it. Because every time we arrest a criminal and release them, they essentially get a do-over, just like in video games, turning our streets into a real-life version of Grand Theft Auto where gang members and thugs lurk around every corner.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these entities. Look at them. From other parts of the world. Look at them. Look at them. They stealing people luxury cars in New York. You couldn't pay me to live in no Manhattan. You couldn't pay me to live in New York City. Let's go.
Looking for high-end cars they can steal and speed off with. Which brings us to the real reason expensive vehicles are vanishing from our streets and nobody seems to be doing anything about it. Nobody running this place cares if New Yorkers get robbed or injured, because the way progressive justice works is that it stops punishing criminals to make up for alleged past wrongful arrests and wrongful prosecutions, all to even some mythical score as New Yorkers suffer from a crime epidemic that
Look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at this. This is what they wanted. This is what the devil does. The devil has everybody hanging out in the corner, robbing from you. The devil has everybody in the corner, robbing from you. Look at this. Where that demon troll at now? Where that demon troll at right now? Where that demon troll at right now? The demon troll is quiet, right? Don't block the demon troll. Where that demon troll at right now? If everything's so good, why you got a bunch of men hanging out? You got a bunch of men hanging out. You got a bunch of grown men hanging out. Most of them have children. Majority of them live under a woman. Oh yeah. Ladies, I gotta call you out in New York. This is who you dating right now. Majority of you ladies in New York will date these dudes right here. Desperation calls for desperate measures. You won't get with a guy in the South. You won't get with a guy that's on his purpose. Oh no, you want to take his money and give it to him. You want to give it to these men. That's who you're giving your money to, ladies. Somebody you meet, take you out to eat, take you out to drink, and you go he send you some money to help you out. No, you helping this bum out. Well, this is what you asked for. A lot of the good men have moved to the South. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all look past me. Y'all look past Ringo. You look past many of the brothers At the time, that was in New York. Y'all look past Zats? Oh, you think I wasn't going to talk about that? Zats got him a Floridian lady. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ringo soon going to have him a North Kakalaki woman soon when he decides to. When he sees that the woman is serious, whoever he's talking to, he going to have him a North Kakalaki woman or some lady in the South. Oh, yeah. Y'all already know with me. Y'all know what time it is with me. Get me a Southern lady. If I get a lady outside of America, she has to be conservative. She can't be Emirazi. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ladies, this is what you're going to wake up to in New York in the summertime. A bunch of men hanging around. Here you going to work, working 12, 14 hours. Your feet tired. Your kitty cat itching. Because ain't no man hitting that kitty cat. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got to have this real conversation. Let's continue.
That's sweeping our streets with no end in sight. And as you're about to see, when these criminals steal a $200,000 luxury car, they don't even care if somebody's inside when they do it.
My goodness. Man, this is crazy.
You know, from a car thief's perspective, the streets of Manhattan are lined with gold. There are luxury vehicles parked all over the place out here. But since our city has decided to stop putting people in jail when they do things that are wrong, the owners of these vehicles...
They're getting cars in the dealership. They getting cars in the dealership and fraudulent the money with the dealership. Uh-oh, the dealership, you in trouble too. Is the dealership doing fraudulence to give these people cars? They're not supposed to get these vehicles? Inquire me why I want to know. How are these people from other countries getting these luxury cars? Why can't the American person get a luxury car and put a nice payment on it and not be harassed? Anyway, let's continue.
Vehicles are exposed to rising levels of danger every time they leave their house and try to drive to work. And these criminals only need seconds to separate you from what might have been your dream car at one point.
On your screen, circled in white, is a $200,000 Bentley. The driver inside, unaware of what is about to unfold. Watch as one guy approaches this high-end ride. He walks up to the driver's side. Tell him to get out of the vehicle. The driver...
You try that down here, you be gone. You try that down here in the South, you be gone. Ain't no talking. Unalive on the spot. Let's go.
Follows orders.
That is just ridiculous, and our city has reached a point where things are so lawless that anything of value, if it's out in public, could easily become the property of criminals. And this personally bothers me because the lease is almost up on our family car. And although I'm too smart to buy something like this Range Rover, which is just going to be an endless money pit,
You better get out of New York, Cash Jordan. Get you and your family out of Cash. Listen, dude, Cash Jordan. You got 1.3 million subscribers. You mean to tell me you can get your family out of New York? I get it. You get a lot of views. You got a sponsor. Dude, you got a family. Get out of New York, man. You done your part, man. Your lease is up this year. Get the heck out of there, Cash Jordan. You too much into this. I mean, you doing the Lord's work. I mean, you giving me content to talk about. At the same time, man, you looking depressed. Get out of there, man. Let's go.
Idea that I or my wife could be driving around in something that make us a target for criminals is terrifying. I wouldn't buy something this expensive either, nor would I park it on the street, but just the idea of me...
Here come the trolls saying he's exaggerating. You got all these trolls coming in saying he's exaggerating. Look at this. 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 He talks bad about New York City, but he doesn't move out of New York City. He's going to move out of New York City. If he doesn't, that's on him. I'm just reporting the news. But y'all love evil. Y'all love evil. Y'all love people stealing, robbing. Well, it's not happening to me, so I ain't got to worry about it. Man, you can't pay me to live in New York City. Let's go.
Me or her struggling with two little kids being totally distracted while criminals are looking out for these things, that's awful. But that's the new reality, and it means that owning anything special or unique or sought after and parking it on the street is a bad idea. Because logos like this get criminals really excited, especially if the car's on and running. Which means the best way drivers can protect themselves is to get their hands on something nobody else wants, which doesn't cost a whole lot of money. Because if your car is so poorly made you wish you didn't own it, no thief is gonna steal it from you. But apparently, if these criminals do want your vehicle, they'll just walk up to the driver's side window and tap on it with a weapon.
A second guy jumps in to help, but the Bentley bandits still can't figure out how to drive the car. They couldn't.
They couldn't figure out how to drive the car. They couldn't figure out how to drive the car, of course. That's out their league. That's out their league to drive those type of vehicles. You know? Let's go.
Move the vehicle because they didn't know how to place the vehicle and drive. The guys take off in a white BMW. 10 minutes later, they spot this 2024 Mercedes-Benz. You can see the driver and passenger forced out. This time, the robbers were able to drive.
So they weren't able to steal the Bentley, but then 10 minutes later, they steal a Mercedes of similar value. And what's fascinating is that the same type of vehicle they're stealing matches their getaway vehicle, which I believe is the same type of white BMW SUV we see right here. Making you wonder where they got the money to buy that vehicle, if they even paid.
You see, the dealership is under huge investigation because they must have traded the Mercedes for the BMW. How he knows that? How Jordan knows that? How Jordan knows that? Jordan knows more than what you can even imagine. Whew, man, this is crazy. Dealerships is in on this criminology. Dealerships in New York is in on this. This is crazy, man. Let's go.
Paid for it. It might have been stolen too. And although it's pretty obvious these are opportunistic thieves, they're going after vehicles where the driver's inside, the vehicle's running, the key is present. A different investigation reveals that sometimes when a car is stolen, the car itself isn't everything the thieves are after. Apparently, this group of thieves would use Zillow to find rich neighborhoods, and they'd steal every.
You see, they're using Zillow to find rich neighborhoods. There ain't gonna be no rich people in the next 2 years in New York. The rich people are moving out. More rich people are leaving New York. It's gonna be a desert soon. Let's go.
Everything inside the car, wallets, credit cards, everything. And although these criminals apparently weren't selling the cars that they were stealing, they were just using them as getaway vehicles to spend the loot they found inside, a significant number of these vehicles are being resold to buyers on the other side of the world.
The non-intrusive inspection clearly shows two junk vehicles here, but if you look in the back, you can see nice, not crashed up Mercedes-Benz.
In another container, a Chevy Silverado, stolen right off a dealer lot.
This is crazy. They stole a vehicle off a dealer lot. Yo, these people in the dealership is in on this. They in on this. Trust me. How could you get a car out of the dealership and not get caught? Really? They could shut the car off. they could call somebody to shut the car off. So they ain't call nobody to shut off the car. They in on this. It's a criminal enterprise, y'all. Shut the whole thing down. Let's go.
Investigators say the market's currently paying the most, thousands of miles away in West Africa.
This is like the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. These cars are stolen in
Like the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. I gotta look. You know what? That might be on Apple Plus. Gone in 60 Seconds. I think that movie could be on Apple Plus. One of y'all message to me. One of y'all, let me write that. Let me type it to somebody. I'm gonna type it to somebody. Gone in 60 Seconds, the movie. Just as a reminder. Let me type it to my other phone. Gone in 60 Seconds movie. I'm gonna type it to myself on my other phone. I believe that's on Apple Plus. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna definitely get a time to watch that, see what he's talking about. All right, let's go.
just minutes, and then they're brought to a nearby port and shipped out of the country where they're then resold. And since our city's apparently got a huge problem
like Keystone said, they sell outside of America. Outside the country, selling it at other parts of the country. So they get these cars on the boat to go to the other country and sell it. This is crazy, man. Let's go.
catching the people that go about doing this and finds it almost impossible to put them in jail so that they stop doing it. There's essentially an unlimited money-making opportunity for criminals who want to pursue this style of crime. Look at this. Under the New York Penal Code, stealing a vehicle is considered grand larceny. And because of recent criminal justice reforms, you can't get sent to jail for it.
Wow, you can't get sent to jail for it. Man, this is crazy.
And don't you see what we've done here? We've created a crime where the potential payoff is tens of thousands of dollars, and the consequences are what? A slap on the wrist? Yet we're surprised criminals keep doing this over and over again?
This video shared on social media shows a luxury SUV rolling out of a shipping container ready to be sold in Nigeria. Other sellers.
Wow, in Nigeria. Keystone was correct, aka Justin. He was correct. Sold in Nigeria. Woo! Damn, these demons is going crazy.
Those posting online don't even bother to remove the American license plates. Honda CR-V. You can usually drive around.
So these gangsters, they're just unloading vehicles from containers. They've still got New York or New Jersey plates right on them. They don't care. And when you've got constant demand for these automobiles overseas and criminals constantly stealing them here, there will always be a flow of vehicles from this part of the world to that part of the world. But I guess
Woo! Wee! Car theft alarm has surged 191% in New York City since 2019. Man. Man, oh man, oh man. Man. All right, let me see something. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me see what y'all saying. Yo, look at the trolls. Look at the trolls. Look at the trolls, y'all. Look at the trolls. Yo, do y'all see the trolls? Do y'all see the trolls? Look how the trolls are in here. Look at some of these trolls. Hey, why don't y'all get the mayor out of there? Why don't y'all, instead of trying to argue with the people in the chat, why don't y'all clean up New York? Why don't y'all clean up New York? Get Adams out of there. Get the Governor Holcomb out of there. Get him out of there and clean up your streets. That's not my job. That's your job. Y'all in New York. Instead of y'all fussing and arguing over men that don't want you, right? Just give your box away, right? Why don't y'all do something constructive and get these people out of here? Y'all had an issue with Mayor Giuliani, yet Mayor Giuliani had the streets of New York clean since he was mayor. The best mayor ever. The best mayor ever. Anyway, let's go.
Yes, that's what happens when you decriminalize car theft. You get grand theft auto everywhere, all at once. And with so much car theft going on our streets, our short-staffed police really have their work cut out for them, if they're even allowed on the streets to begin with. And the reason I say that is because
I would not want to be an officer in some goddamn New York. I would not want to be in some police officer in some goddamn New York. I don't care if they got the best benefits in America. You couldn't pay me to be some NYPD with these people. Let's go.
Other half of this equation, which is fueling this epidemic of street crime, is that our cops have been pulled off the streets and sent elsewhere to stop a crime wave in a place that some would say is arguably even more dangerous than the streets of this crime-ridden city.
Most people don't know this, but if you're seriously hurt, that accident could be worth millions of dollars. And if you're injured in any way, you need to know how to protect your rights. Which is why you might want to know about today's video sponsor, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest.
Okay, so he's sponsoring Morgan & Morgan. We're going to skip that. We're going to skip that. All right, here we go. Give me 1 second, y'all. Get through this commercial. Look at that. Look at this. Got them on the subway station. Look at this. Oh, look at the troll. Look at the troll. Look at the troll. Y'all see the troll? What the troll saying? I guess YouTube is not allowing it to go through. The troll is saying, "Thank you, Rollo. Don't never come to New York. It's many such and such moving in around here, and they get good paying jobs." Oh, please. Oh, please. You gotta. I don't even know if it's a woman or man. I don't know who it is. I'm gonna say a deity telling me that in my comment section. Okay, sure. Oh, hold on.
Thousands of dollars in automobile. But the worst part about all of this is that the public safety improvements that have taken place down here in the subway might not even be worth it. And these improvements are so minute that some say they're not even real to begin with.
Only Eyewitness News was along for the ride as Janno Lieber toured the system after 9 tonight. That's the time an army of cops fans out into the system. All those extra cops.
Golly, all these cops hanging out in the subway station. All the cops hanging out in the subway station now. Everybody hanging out in the subway station now.
Cops in the system have yielded a staggering 71% increase in arrests just since this time last year.
So at night, when people with weapons are stealing luxury cars above ground, all of the police that used to be up there are now down.
Yep, all the police that they have left is down in the subway station. Now they're going uptown.
Here. And although our local leaders are now taking credit for a drop in crime in the subway, all we're talking about is a 15% reduction in overall subway.
That's not good. 15% is very small. 15% is very small. Let's go.
way crime, which means if there were 100 crimes taking place on a nightly basis a year ago, that number's down to 85 this year, revealing that there's still a huge problem down here, with more crime taking place in our transit network than most people are comfortable with. And since the increased police presence down here isn't backed up by laws that put people in jail when they do things that are wrong, all that police presence can do is force crime that would have occurred down here to occur somewhere else. Like up on our streets, where people are stealing cars with weapons, but that 15% decrease in crime, riders, they've got some problems with that number.
Same. I feel like nothing's changed. Like, if you gotta be street smart.
Cops have faced a persistent.
This is getting crazy, y'all. We're gonna end this. We're gonna end that. Yeah, let them stay in the channel. Let them stay in the channel. Some of these public schools are not designed to educate. Here we go with the excuses now. Here we go with the excuses. Here we go with the excuses. Some of these public schools are not designed to educate so-called black children. Who's supposed to be educating their children? You're supposed to be educating your children. You're supposed to be educating your children. That's not my fault you don't make time for your kids. That's your responsibility. Oh, but no, you want to hang out with your homies and leave your kids abandoned, right? Right. Put it on somebody else's responsibility. You see, ladies? You want to have children with these type of men? Be my guest. Be my guest, ladies. I'm talking to you ladies in the northern states, in the NYC, because this is what this character is from the NYC. You see? I knew the entities was gonna come out for this one. Oh, New York City is great. Did I say all New York City people are bad? Y'all didn't hear me say all New York City people are bad. See, they're gonna spin this narrative saying, oh, he's saying all New York City people are bad. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. So, I thank each and every one of y'all for tuning into the show. Thank y'all for liking the video. Let's see how many likes we got. We got over 11 likes. We got haters dislike the video. You know, the people from New York dislike the video. The trolls dislike the video. Thank you, trolls, for coming through. Yeah, we're going to pretty much close it out. Carla, thank you for holding it down. Forever Studio, thank you for holding it down. Mr. Corey Bennett, thank y'all for holding it down. Thank you, Moz, for holding it down, making sure the chat is being respectful. That if they say anything nasty, y'all didn't let it go through. Great job. Sister Ahmad, thank you for coming through. You know. Hey, you got to get out of New York. You got some work to do, Sister Ahmad. You got to get you and your daughter out of New York, out of that embarrassing, you know, and come to the South. You know what I'm saying? We got to support. Okay, let's see who hit the Cash App. Forever Studio, once again, hit the Cash App. Thank you, Forever Studio, for supporting the show. I appreciate that, fam. I truly, truly do. Everybody give a birthday shout out to Brother Zax. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to his channel. And appreciate your tuning in. And I'm going to go over by Ringo because old girl want to get her claps cheap after she left her mom shopping. I got to listen to Ringo before I go hit the hay. So I'll see you over by Ringo. Guys, man. Guys, with these ladies, man, you with them one day, the next minute somebody hitting them butt cheeks. This is crazy. Oh. Yo, man. I know Ringo is cooking. Man. But you guys, You love that. You love that drama woman. Man, I can't wait to get a piece of her. Yo, man. You got some ninjas. You got some ninjas that love Iman Shumpert, baby moms right now. This is crazy. This is crazy. You got some ninjas in love with Iman Shumpert baby's moms now. All right, Carla, I see you over there. Yo, y'all be safe out there in New York City, in all seriousness. Y'all be safe out there. I'll holler at y'all soon. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all like the video on your way out. I check it over by Ringo TV Reactions. I got to get a laugh right now. I got to get a laugh. I got to see who wants to hit that crazy butt cheeks. That thing smelling like fried over fish. Yo, she gonna have to put a lot of vinegar, a lot of water, and freshen her coochie, man. That thing got different. I don't want to get into it. I know some of you drinking and eating. I don't want to disturb your food, your water and stuff. Be careful who you sleep with, guys. Anyway, I see y'all.